everybody, my name is Carla and we're here to talk about my favorite movie, La Vida del Chapitres en Edu, otherwise known as Blue is the Warmest Color. This is such a good movie. I love it so much. You should run out and watch it right now. Like, it's on Netflix, do it. So I was asked to talk about why I love this movie so much, if it's not already obvious to some people. There's a lot of people that don't like this movie, and I guess I should start by saying that art is subjective, and it's totally fine if you didn't like it. I won't be offended, but I will fight with you. No, I think that that's just further proof that it's a great piece of art, because I think art is really meant to provoke a very strong reaction. It's meant to make you feel things. So if you resent it and that's what you feel, or if you love it and that's what you feel, I think it's done a good job. So I'm of the camp that really loves this thing. I think it's really, really amazing. I always think the commentary is interesting, you know, because I enjoy a good discussion and I like to really philosophize about this movie. And I think it's interesting when people, I don't know that all the criticism against this movie is necessarily fair. I think there's some comments like, there were a few comments I heard about the casting of this movie and people wishing that gay actors had played these characters, and people that had an issue with a straight male directing a lesbian driven story, and I just completely disagree with that. I think that is really just a sort of spirit that I can't get with. I think the beauty of acting is transformation, and I don't know why anyone would be an actor just to play themselves. I think it's really fantastic that these actresses get to spread their wings and really just go outside of their comfort zone, and I respect that a lot. But more importantly, I can't think of anybody, gay, straight, green, blue, you know, that could have played these two people better. I mean, I honestly think it's just one of those perfect cases of just flawless casting. These two people are so spot on. Lea Seydoux and Adela Xarchopoulos are just like on fire in this movie, both for each other and just in the artistry and the passion of what it is they do. I think they are just so riveting. I love their performances in this movie. I think it's fantastic. I could not have cast a thing better at all. I can't think of anyone else. That's why they're the only two actors to have a Palme d'Or from the Cannes Film Festival. They're just that good, you know. I think they're amazing. Abdelatif Kechiche, certainly a controversial director. There's no shortage of those. I mean, Alfred Hitchcock, James Cameron, Orson Welles, Stanley Kubrick. These are all tyrannical directors who put their actors through hell and back and made great works of art, and that still stand the test of time, and there's always going to be feelings and opinions about those people, but I think their work really speaks for itself. And I think Kechiche is really someone who, I don't see him at all as misogynistic. I think that is really hard for me to understand. I don't think a misogynist would ever take on a lesbian love story, nonetheless portray it with such sensitivity. And I think, I mean, it's definitely a brutal movie in a lot of ways, because love, you know, is this beautiful thing, and it can have this downside when things go wrong. But I don't think that's at all a reflection of, I mean, it's a woman who wrote the storyline, really. I think in the graphic novel, I think that, I won't reveal any spoilers, but I think what the author puts Adele through is far worse, frankly. I like that Kechiche lets the audience think for themselves, and I just love his direction of this piece. I think it's especially rare to find a coming-of-age story about a young woman going through adolescence. You almost never see that narrative. Coming of age is almost always told through the perspective of a young boy coming into manhood, and especially sexual awakening and discovery. That is so not territory that women are generally allowed to have on screen. So it's one of those great cultural differences between America and France, is this openness about telling the whole side, all sides rather, of a situation, and being able to just have that honesty that comes through in every single frame of this movie. And I guess if I had to sum up in one word why I like this movie so much, it's truth. I feel like this movie just preaches it. I mean, for 3 hours, there is not a frame in this movie where I feel anything is faked or forced or contrived. It's just absolutely in its purest form. It's art and it's feeling and it's emotion and life and love and sadness and pain and scrapes and bruises and oh my god, so much happens. So when somebody says nothing happened when they watch that movie, I'm like, oh my god, what do you mean nothing happened? And they're like, but there's no action. And I'm like, oh, but there's so much more. So anyway, we're all entitled to our thing. But I love this movie. I think it's amazing. I'm so happy for Kashish and Seydoux and Exarchopoulos that they all won big for this award, big awards for this movie. It's so fantastic. I love it. I really can't get enough of it. I think it's brilliant. I think it's such brave filmmaking, and I can't wait to watch it again. So, Netflix it, people. Go for it.